Gopika Jeevana Smaranam
Govinda, Govinda.
Glimpse of the truth is given so that we feel inspired enough to work towards it, to own it, to make it our own experience. Anything that comes from outside is temporary. And even if by external grace we are given an awakening, even such an awakening, the experience of that will be temporary only. After that, one has to stabilize oneself in it. And that's what happens with Narada. Bhagavan tells him that this is just a sampling. Now go within and make it your reality. So how to make it one's reality? This is what we are looking at. The glimpse having been given, how should one then live one's life? Narada says, Namanyanantasya hatatrapah patan guhyani bhadrani kritani chasmaran gamparyatan tushtamana gataspriha kalam pratikshan vimado vimatsaraha. After that, what did I do? Hatatrapaha, without any shame, without any pride, without any jealousy, without any desire. Hatatrapaha, gatasprihaha, vimatsaraha. Three things he is talking about having gotten rid of. Hatatrapaha, without any shame or pride. Gatasprihaha, with all desires gone. Vimatsaraha, without any jealousy or enviousness. Without all of these, getting rid of all these three, what did I do? Namanyanantasya patan. I sang his name. Sang his glories. Guhyani bhadrani kritani chasmaran. Meditated upon his actions, meditated upon himself, meditated upon his actions, and now Krishna came, broke a pot of butter. All that is happening around are also his actions only. Smaran, abadina, to remember that all that which is happening in our lives, to us, around us, through us, everything is him, his actions. And remembering that is what is called here as Guhyani Bhadrani Kritani Chasmaran. Secret. Guhyani na secret. Remembering the secret. What is the secret? The secret to be remembered at every point in time that it is God who is doing everything. Kritani, his actions, I remembered. Gamparyatan, I wandered around the earth. Tushtamanaha, with my mind at rest, contented. What is he contented with and about? I have seen the glimpse, I will get the eternal truth. No doubt about it. Now I have purified myself. From my mind, all kinds of evils have gone away. Desire has gone, enviousness has gone, ego has gone, arrogance has gone. Now, kalam pratikshan vimadaha vimatsaraha, without any pride or arrogance or ego. Just waiting for that time. Waiting for time. Kalam pratikshan. What time? Time for this body to drop. Waiting for the time for this body to drop. 5-year-old child is saying, now I'm just waiting for this body to drop. He lived for however long and then it dropped. Yevam Krishnamate Brahman Asaktasyaamalatmanaha Kalaha Pradurabhut Kale Tadit Saudhamini Yatha. In this manner, as I was living my life, purified within, fully absorbed in Krishnamate, only thinking about Bhagavan. Asaktasya, no attachments of any sort anywhere to anything. Amalatmanaha, mind was completely purified of all dross, all dirt. Such a life I was leading. In the due course of time, just as a flash of lightning, this body dropped. Body is made up of prarabdha. When the prarabdha came to an end, the body drops. Body is made up of karma. It has come to experience certain karma. It itself is karma. It is made up of karma only. Without karma, this body would not have come. Why are you this height, this weight, this color, this structure, with this health? All of this is your karma only. What has determined it? Not everything is, oh, my father is this tall, my mother is this tall. Not just that. Why? Only one reason. Even your physical structure is your prarabdha. And you have come to put up with it. You have to come to undergo something, endure something. And when this prarabdha finishes, it will disintegrate. The body will simply fall. So we don't have to worry about it. Then without any worry, without any worries, I simply sang to Sada enna pannena? Bhajo madhura harinam nirantara, bhajo madhura harinam, sarala bhav se sai bhajo, madhura bhav se baba bhajo, hari hi sukh hai, hari hi shanti, hari prashanti nivasi Ram. Appadina constantly singing the name of the Lord, Madhuramana Nama, Bhagavan Namata Padiyante. I went around everywhere. Finally, what happened? The body failed, passed away. And when the body dropped and another birth came, a divine birth was given to me. I was born out of Brahma's mind. I was born as Brahma Manasa Putra. Not some Dasi Putra, but Brahma Manasa Putra. From Brahma's mind, I was created. And Bhagavan himself gave me this veena that I have in my hand, or a stringed instrument out of the name which Devadattam imam veenam swara brahma vibhushitam muhurchayitva harikatam gayamanas charamyaham. What a life. Narada, what a life. Narada says, what do I do now? Bhagavan gave me this veena, his instrument. I simply play on the strings. I simply murchayitva, I vibrate the strings. Harikatam gayamanaha, I sing the glories of God. Charamyaham, and I wander around. This is what I do. And when I do that, what happens? Pragayatasva viryani tirtapada priyashravaha ahuta ivame shigram darshanam yati chetasi. And when I sing His excellences, sing His glories for Bhagavan, Priyashravaha. Bhagavan was very, the Priyashravahana, pleasing to hear. Bhagavan's glories are pleasing to hear, Bhagavan's words are pleasing to hear. Bhagavan apati Allah is pleasing. And the Bhagavan, Shigram, very soon, He appears in my heart and gives darshan to me. No, life, this is my life. So I go around singing His glories and seeing Him. This is my life. I'm telling you all this so that you also start singing the glories of the Lord. You ade pannu. Etad aturachittanam matra sparshechhayamuhu bhavasindhu plavo dushto haricharya nuvarnanam. Therefore, if you also want to help others cross over this extremely difficult to cross ocean of samsara, then you sing Hari Guna. Haricharya Anuvarnanam, sing the glories of Hari. Hari 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 Bolo, Hari Hari ke gun gao. Govinda 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 Bolo, Govinda ke gun gao. Govinda ke gun gao. Sai Ram bolo, Sai Sham bolo, Sai Ram gun gao. Govinda 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 bolo, Govinda ke gun gao. Hari Govinda ke gun gao. Hey Vyasa, sing Hari Guna. Sing the glories of Hari, sing the glories of God. That alone will help even the common man get out of the samsara. If you ask the normal common man to do yoga sadhana or Brahma Jignasa and so on, not possible for him to even know where to start with. Anna, Hari, 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 Hari. Now everybody can sing Hari, 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 Bolo. Na Hari, 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 Hari. Very easy. In a hurry also you can say Hari. Don't have much time. I'm in a hurry now. So what? Hari, 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 Bolo. Hari, Hari, ke gun gao. If you are not in a hurry, take your time and Hari ke gun gao. If you are in a hurry now, Hari, 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 Bolo. No matter how much you are in a hurry, how many hurries you can say in that समय. You know, rende baat thane. Hari, 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 Bolo. Hari, Hari, Bolo. Time is there. Hari, Bolo. Hari. Sing the glories of Hari. Write the Bhagavata Mahapuranam in which you instill in every Prati Shabdatali you may instill Bhagavad Gunam. Don't talk about anything else. A warning Gurudeva. Vyasa had a habit. Bad habit. In a habit, the drop of a hat, he will talk about Dharma. Nala chonna Varta Peshina Jeri. Yadhim Pesha, Anyataha Tato Vakshataha. Apart from Hari Gunam, if you talk about anything else, then you will get caught up in samsara. You will get caught up in duality. If you talk about right, you will talk about wrong. Right cannot exist without wrong. Otherwise, you won't call it right. Dharma cannot exist without the counterpart adharma. Then if you start talking about dharma, naturally you will also talk about adharma, duality will come. Dvaitam will come. Nama Rupam Kara Dvaitatali, you will get caught up in this name and form. Don't talk about anything other than Hari Guna. Hari Gunathuku opposite enna illiye. What is the opposite of Hari Guna? Nothing. Because generally Guna, opposite of Guna is Dosha. Guna, Avaguna, Guna, Dosha, opposite Chalala. For Bhagavan's Gunas, what is the opposite? Hari Doshamnu Chalamadi man. Hari Avagunamnu Chalamadi man. Is it possible to even say the bad qualities of Bhagavan? And it cannot exist. Therefore, if you talk about the qualities of Bhagavan, only good you can speak. Ordinary human being, some good will be there, some bad will be there. If this is the opposite, also will be there. Somebody was telling me once about, in praise of Ramana Bhagavan, they said, Bhagavan never went anywhere. Bhagavan stayed in the same place. What greatness of Bhagavan. But immediately it struck me, our Swami went everywhere. Our Swami is not great, Anna. In opposite head there. Opposite head there. So what is it? Don't talk about anybody in any of these qualities. Speak only about the truth. Do not talk about anything less than that. Bhagavan udiya satyam, Bhagavan udiya prema. That's all. These are the only things to be spoken about because these will never change. Everything else, all these activities will change. These will never change. Adhanala he says, talk about Hari, Harinama, Hariguna, and the truth of Hari, Hari Tattva. Don't talk about anything else. For all the people whose minds are all caught up with cares and anxieties all the time. Athurachittana. Matrasparshe ichaya. Who again and again they are only hankering after the joys of the objects of the senses. For such people whose minds are debilitated and weakened and tortured because of these desires, there is only one thing that can help them cross this boat: Harinama, Hariguna. Adhanala, let them also find a way, give this way to everybody. Actually, I have answered all your questions. I hope you are satisfied. Now go and do what you have to do. Narada, quickly, he doesn't wait for a vote of thanks. He comes, he tells the truth, he walks away. Abdiye, he walks away. Ugra Shravar is narrating this whole story here. Bhakara, he says, he's also a storyteller. Narada also is a storyteller. Ugra Shravar is also a storyteller. Award given the idea. So he looks at Narada and he says, oh, life. Aho Devarshi Danyoyam Yat Kirtim Sharangathan Vanaha Gayal Madhyan Idam Tantriya Ramyat Aturam Jagat. What an extraordinary life this Narada leads. All that he does is Yat Kirtim Sharangathan Vanaha. He simply sings the glories of Bhagavan. Gayan Madhyan Idam Tantraya. He plays upon his instrument. The instrument of Abhi Vashchate Pura. Playing upon his instrument. Enna pada Vaikunthathike better. Tamburi meetidava, bhavabdi datidava. Tamburi meetidava, bhavabdi datidava. Tamburi meetidava, bhavabdi datidava. Talava tattidava, talava tattidava, talava tattidava, talava tattidava. Surarulu Sheridava, Talava Tattidava, Surarulu Sheridava, Tamburi Meetidava, Bhavabdi Datidava, Tamburi Meetidava, Bhavabdi Datidava. Tamburi Meetidava, Bhavabdi Datidava, Purandaradasa says. Simply playing the tambura, go beyond this samsara sagara, this Bhavabdi. ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವೈಕುಂಠಕ್ಕೆ ಓಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವೈಕುಂಠಕ್ಕೆ ಓಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವೈಕುಂಠಕ್ಕೆ ಓಡಿದವ ತಂಬೂರಿ ನೀಡಿದವ ಭವಾಬ್ದಿ ಘಾಟಿದವ Vitala Nodidava, Vaikuntake Odidava. See Vitala, run to Vaikuntha. See Bhagavan and run to Vaikuntha. Go rushing to Vaikuntha. In a hurry, you can go to Vaikuntha when you sing Hari now. Priya, the easy way, simple way, sweet way to attain Bhagavan is by singing His glory, singing His name. Radha Swami gave so much importance to Nama Sankirtan. When we sing the Japam Mandalam, we can do Japa. After some time, what happens? You become bored. You want to finish in a hurry. How much more? Whenever you have a Japamala in your hand, inevitably what will happen? You close your eyes and start doing hurry. After that, you will start feeling how much more. And you know that knot is there to finish that knot. And it becomes boring. Bhajana body not like. You sing bhajans, no matter what you're doing, you're driving the car, you can sing bhajans. You're working at home, you can sing bhajans. Another children, yeah? Talava tattidava suraralu seridava. Clap your hands in tala and join the ranks of the devas. Suraralu seridava. Like this, sing the glories of Bhagavan and attain the highest state. Narada demonstrates his own life. Narada shows how he lost his identity. His identity was lost, his individuality was lost. How? Hari Bhakti Bandi Bhagavan and thinking about the glories of the Lord all the time. Because we are busy thinking about us all the time. The reason why we are not finding enough time to think about God is because people say, I have no time to think about God. Because you are so busy thinking about yourself, naturally there is no time. If you stop thinking about yourself, all there is in your hands is only time. So think about Bhagavan Garbhasuri. He leaves, Vyasa takes on board all those words. Enna Bhandar Apdina, he went into a state of Samadhi. Asino Popasprishya Pranitadau Manaswayam Apdina. He sat down, went into a state of Samadhi. Mind pure bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranihite male. Abhashyat purusham purvam mayam cha tadapashrayam. Mind became purified. Vyasa was able to see the glory of the Lord as hinted by Narada, and then he wrote all of that in the form of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Then he called his son Shuka. Shukam adhyapayamasa nivritti niratam munihi. Called Shuka and taught him Bhagavatam. How was Shuka? Nivritti niratam munihi. He was totally detached from all the words. He would not do anything. He doesn't even want to learn anything. I want to teach you something. I want to teach you something. I don't want to learn anything. Who wants to get into Maya again? What will you teach me? ABCD. I don't want to get caught in this Maya. You know something even better. What? Bhagavatam Aramachari. He started singing Bhagavatam. Shuka came and sat down. Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. He learned. He also learned. Ugrashrava has told the story. Oh, these rishis who are listening, they are not fools. They immediately thought about it and said, hey, hang on. Chumma for the sake of a story, what is hyperbole? You exaggerate so much just in order to make your story interesting. We also know about Shuka. What kind of a person was Shuka? He was completely detached from everything. Savai Nivritti Narataha Sarvatropekshako Munihi Kasya va Brigati Mehta Mahatma Rama Samabhyasat. How did that completely detached Shuka sit down and learn a Shastra like Bhagavatam? What are you saying? Abho Grishva says, Idampa, this is the glory of Bhagavan. Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirgranta Apyurukrame Kuruvanti Aitukim Bhaktim Yittam Bhuta Guno Harihi. Even Jnanis, Atma Ramas who are eternally delighting in themselves only, even they are enchanted and entranced by the glories of Hari. This is the greatness of Hari. Ittam Bhuta Guno Hari. Hari is filled with such virtues that even Jnanis are attracted by. Bhagavan is filled with such virtues that even those who are detached from everything else, even they are attracted by these gunas. Such is the greatness of Hari, that is the greatness of Bhagavatam. That is how Bhagavatam came to be created. What happened next? I'm doing a Vakeka. Ugrashwara starts the story. Story of Bhagavatam starts when Mahabharata ends. Mahabharata war ended. Right at the end of the Mahabharata war, all the armies were destroyed, a little bit only was left. Apo Duryodhana was still alive. The last final battle had happened. He was lying there, dying. Little more and he will die. Abdiya is there. Apo Ashwatthama happens to come by there. Ashwatthama is Duryodhana's friend, Drona's son. Ashwatthama comes there and says, we have got to do something, I have to take revenge for you. Duryodhana said, leave me, we don't worry about anything. Illa, I am going to take revenge actually. He went there and performed a very heinous act. In the night, when everybody was sleeping, he stealthily went in and cut the heads of the 5 sons of Draupadi. Draupadi's children or heads cut. There was only 5 of them were alive, the 5 sons. Literally, there were no other sons left for the Pandavas. His 5 sons were there. He went and killed all of them also. And he said, this is the way I am going to do a great favor upon my friend Duryodhana. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பண்ணான். So when he did that, Duryodhana also was not happy, but in camp, the entire Pandava camp was in great uproar, great sorrow. All their children were killed, adum beheaded in night when they were sleeping. Not honorably in a war, but killed like this, traitorously. They didn't know who had done it. Bhima said, whoever is dead, I will find him and kill him. Arjuna also said, I will find him, drag him here and put him at your feet. Draupadi. He gave a word. So jumped onto the chariot. Krishna drove the chariot. Krishna had thought finished, job is finished now. One last round. So Krishna took him there. They found out it was Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama was running in fear. They chased after him. And when he thought he could not escape anymore, Ashwatthama decided to invoke the Brahmashara Sastram, a weapon of mass destruction. He invoked that, and on seeing that coming near them, as though burning up the entire world, Arjuna pleaded to Bhagavan, Bhagavane, Devadeva, Jagatpate, what is happening? What is this astra that is coming towards us? It seems to be as though it can swallow up the entire world. Bhagavan said, don't worry, Brahmashara. That fellow knows only how to discharge, he does not know how to take it back. You discharge the Brahmastram on your own side and subdue the energies of both. Arjuna does that. Ashwatthama is captured, is dragged and brought to in front of Draupadi. All the Pandavas are there. This fellow has been caught, dragged there, bound, tied up in ropes. Again, she came there, saw Ashwatthama, and Draupadi said, Jijo, leave him, release him immediately. Muncha, release him immediately. They all said, why release him? He is the one who has killed your sons. Vachana, he is the son of the Guru. Our life was such that we had to kill the Guru in the battle. At least let the son of the Guru remain alive. Let him survive. Let us not kill him. It is not appropriate for us to do it. Everything that we know, we learned from him only, from the Guru. The Guru's son is like the Guru. Let him be alive. Plus, more importantly, she gave a very, very valid reason for it. She said, Marodi dasya janani Gautami pati devata Yatagam mritavatsarta Rodimi ashrumuki muhu. She said, our greatness of Draupadi, no wonder Bhagavan came rushing to help her. She says, Drona's wife, Gautami, Kripi, has already lost the husband. He is the only son. Let her not cry for the loss of her son like I am crying for the loss of mine. The revenge should be that, oh, I suffered, you also suffer the same pain. On the other hand, she said, I know this pain. It is a terrible pain. I have lost all my children. Let her also not cry in the same manner as I am crying. Leave him. The greatness of Panchali, Draupadi was applauded by everybody, especially Yudhishthira. But at the same time, a pledge had been made that this fellow had to be killed. Abu Krishna stoked the fires there, looked at Arjuna and said, Arjuna, you said you will kill him. You made a big promise that you will kill him. Now what is this business? You have to kill him. Arjuna looked at Krishna and said, Krishna, he is a Brahmana. How can I kill him? At the same time, yes, I made a pledge. What should I do? You do something that ticks all the boxes. You should not kill him, but you should kill him. You should not kill him, but you should kill him. How is it possible? Either you kill a person or you don't kill him. Kutru Iraqi, Enai Vadai Tidal, Edak King Dhan. I mean, Bhagavan Janmadri, what should you do? How do you kill him and not kill him? Apo Arjuna looked at Krishna, Krishna gave a small smile. In that smile, Arjuna understood. After having listened to Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was very much in tune with Krishna. Adhanala, immediately the minute Krishna gave a smile, Arjuna understood. Arjuna said, all right. He went and shaved off this fellow's head, shaved Ashwatthama's head. Ashwatthama had a crest jewel. He was born with a crown jewel on top of his head. The jewel was also taken away from him and he was driven out. The idea is that a person of honor, if he is publicly censured, dishonored, his property taken from him, his head shaved, etc., that is equivalent to death. So dying without dying. After a punishment was given to him, he was driven away. The Pandavas then went and performed whatever has to be done, the final rites have to be performed. They came back. Yudhishthira was crowned as the king. Krishna saw that everything was done, everything was good. He said, now it is time for me to return. I will go back home. Apo, Bhagavan got into the chariot, everybody was reluctant to see Bhagavan go. Bhagavan was there with them all this time, he had spent so much time with them. Since the beginning of the war, Krishna was part and parcel of their life. Now that everything was finished, Krishna had to return to Dwaraka. His hometown is in Dwaraka and all his family is in Dwaraka, his sons, his wives, everybody in Dwaraka, they are all waiting for Krishna to come, all his devotees are there. Yeah. So Bhagavan had to leave. Hastinapura people did not have the heart to let Bhagavan go. So they were following Bhagavan slowly, his chariot was inching forward. When all this was going on, Ashwatthama, who had been insulted and sent out, was still not humbled enough. He thought he had one final revenge he wanted to take, so he invoked the Astra again and sent it towards the one last remaining descendant of the Pandavas. Who was this person? This was an unborn child. This was actually an unborn child. It was still in the womb of the mother, Uttara. Uttara was the wife of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was the son of Arjuna. All the other children had been destroyed. All the sons of the Pandavas were killed. Only one grandchild was alive, and that too in the womb of the mother, not even born. Ashwatthama wanted to destroy the entire lineage of Pandavas, including that child. Adanala, he knew that he could not do anything to the 5 Pandavas, protected as they were by Bhagavan. Adanala, he aimed at this child, knowing that she was pregnant. He aimed this missile at Uttara. Bhagavan was leaving. Uttara suddenly felt a great heat coming towards her. Her entire womb seems to be burning as though something is coming to attack it. Adanala Bharata, she thought, I'm going to be losing my child. In that fear, she came running out of the palace onto the streets where Krishna is going along. Looking at Krishna, she said, Pahi Pahi Mahayogilne Deva Deva Jagatpate Nanyatvad Abhayam Pashye Yatra Mrityuhu Parasparam. Krishna, apart from you, I do not see anybody else for refuge. She came running outside. Pahi Pahi Mahayogin. Marana Bhayam Ikula Makkal Aranaga Marana Bhavam Illa Maheshan Sharaname Sharvar. The fear of death not for herself, the fear of death for her child prompted this Uttara to come running to seek the refuge of Krishna. She said, apart from you, in this world where everybody is also equally subject to death. Yatra mrityuf parasparam nu chonna enga pathalum mrityu thane. Each person is the death of the other person. In the Valagattala Bhagavane, apart from you, who else is there who can protect us? Apparently she came running to Bhagavan. And so much noise is there, everybody is doing Jai Jaikar Gosham to Krishna, Krishna ki Jai, Jai Pandava Yudhishthira ki Jai, Ella Shatam, musical instruments are being played, Veda Goshti is chanting Vedam, all this noise is there. Amidst all of this noise, this feeble voice of Uttara calling from somewhere far behind, only Bhagavan could hear. Up until this time, Bhagavan was driving the chariot, now Bhagavan is sitting behind. Daruka is driving. But then Bhagavan looked at Daruka, Daruka, stop! Daruka immediately stopped the chariot. It was going very slowly only. Immediately he stopped and Bhagavan jumped down from the chariot. Ran towards Uttara. Uttara is coming towards Bhagavan. Bhagavan is running towards Uttara. The scene is in Nadachibhagam. Crowded streets of Hastinapura. Both sides people have thronged to see Krishna, to say bye-bye to Krishna. The Pandavas are walking along with him. So many people have thronged the streets. In the street, suddenly Bhagavan jumps down. Everybody is standing still looking in shock. What is happening? Bhagavan runs back towards Uttara. Uttara is walking. Pahi Pahi Jagat Krishna. Again the Bhagavan runs there. She falls at Bhagavan's feet. Bhagavan places his hand upon her head. At the kshanam enna, the heat that was there in her stomach immediately cooled down. Chittam kulira gadir hastam. Abdiye tuki talela vekirar Bhagavan. Her entire being cooled down. And inside the womb, the small little child that is still growing is seeing this great light coming towards it, a great heat, as though it was going to burn up the waters of the womb, dry it up. What is this? And even as the child is looking at that, another light comes, a bigger light, more powerful than this light, and with a difference. Ardhram jolati jyoti. How is this Jyoti? Well, this is also an equally shining light, brilliant, more brilliant than this, but this light is cool. That is hot, this is cool. Adu Tapamam, idabriye Tapatraya Unmulanamam. Cooling light. Giving great succor, great comfort. This light comes, absorbs that light. And in that light, the small child is seeing, is able to see a tiny form. Angushta matramana, or a thumb size form. The size of a thumb, kutti form. And the kutti form, what is it able to see? Abdina Shankar, Chakaram, Gada, Padmam, Pitambaram, Srivatsam, Kaustubam, everything is there in that small form. Looking at that form, Neelamega Shamalana, with that dark complexioned hue, like the great rain clouds that are willing to pour down the content of grace that they have, karuna that they have in them. The Madhuri complexion, Bhagavan is standing there smiling, giving abhayhastam to the small child. The child is protected. Anga, Bhagavan stirs outside. Uttara washes Bhagavan's feet with the tears of joy and gratitude. Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas, she comes rushing out. Old dowager queen, empress now. She comes out. Bhagavan Patachura Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakritev Param Alaksham Sarvabhutanam Antarbahiravastitam Maya Javanika Channam Ajnadokshajam Avyayam Nalakshasye Mudadrisha Nato Natyadharo Yatha. Kunti Devi comes out and said, Bhagavan, and starts to praise him. Bhagavan, Ishvara, Supreme Lord you are. You have taken the form of Krishna, Vasudeva's son, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Shri Govindaya Namo Namaha. You have become Nandagopa's son, my brother Vasudeva, and Devaki gave birth to you. Nandagopa and Yashoda brought you up. You became the children of all of those people. And today you are standing here as the protector of this lineage of all of my children. Namav Pankhajanabhaya Namav Pankhajamaline Namav Pankhajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Kamalanayana Prabhu Kamalapate Kamalasana Prabhu Kamalakanta Kamalanayana Prabhu Kamalapate Kamalanabha Prabhu Kamala Ramana Kamaleshwara Prabhu Kamalanatha Kamalanayana Prabhu Kamalapate Namav Pankajanabhaya Namav Pankajamaline Namav Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Abdinu Bhagavane, your eyes are like lotuses, your hands are like lotuses, your feet are like lotuses. Your garland, you're wearing a garland of lotuses around you. Your grace is like a lotus blooming in our hearts. In every way, you are like your Nabhi lerundu Brahma appears from a lotus from your Kamala Nabhi. Your lotus Lord, you have saved all of us. Now that all your work has been done, now that we have attained prosperity, are you going away from us? Are you leaving us because now we have attained prosperity? All the time we were suffering. How many times did we not suffer? I came to Hastinapura as a widow with 5 children, 5 sons in tow. Cold reception I received at the hands of my own brothers, my husband's family. My husband's family treated me so badly. They only favored Duryodhana and not Yudhishthira and the Pandavas. Always jealous of Bhima, Duryodhana fed him poisoned cakes and threw him into the river. Somehow by your grace he was saved. Later on, the plan was hatched to burn us in a palace. Hangame, you saved us. We met a monstrous cannibal on the way, again you saved us. In every stage, at every little juncture, even through the Sainya Sagaram, ultimately we had to go into a great ocean called the armies of the Kauravas. Whales and sharks in the form of Bhishma and Drona were swimming, ready to swallow up my children. You guided them, you became the charioteer and drove them to safety. After having done all of this, now that we are happy, now that my son has been crowned upon the throne, are you leaving us and going away? Vipadasantuta sashvat tatra tatra jagadguru Bhavato darshanam yatsyat apunar bhavadarshanam. Swami used to quote this, paraphrase this particular shloka of Kunti often. Kunti Devi is the only one who ever prayed to Bhagavan, and she said, Bhagavan, when we had trouble, you were with us. When happy times are coming, you are leaving us and going. If this is the case, then please give me more and more trouble. Do not ever give me happy times. Vipadasantuta sashvatana. Constantly, I wish only for sorrow, because if sorrow is there, you will be by my side. Whereas if happiness comes, you are willing to leave us. He is not willing to leave us, we will forget him. The intensity with which we call out to him when we are in pain is not the same intensity when we think of him in happiness. When we are happy, we sometimes do not even think about him, we forget about him. But if at all we do think also, the intensity is not the light, shallow. And when things are going wrong, when you have no other hope and you desperately wanting things to be right, Swami, 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 no, shouting happens in us. The intensity is much more. It is a rather sad and unfortunate situation. This is not how we must think of Him. Pain and sorrow and suffering should not drive us to think about Him. On the other hand, the agony and the sorrow and the suffering of love should make us think about Him. How can love bring agony, sorrow and suffering now? The agony of separation. Why separation? I have not yet realized it. I'm not having that constant presence. Your presence should be constant within me. I should feel it every moment. If I do not feel that presence, it should be torture. And Tad vismarane parama vyakulata iti. Narada says in his Bhakti Sutras that when you forget Him, when you are not connected to Him, you should suffer the pangs of separation. That is why Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa would say people shed jug full of tears for themselves, for their families, for their children and so on. Who sheds even a drop for God? Shedding a drop for God, now what does it mean? What does it mean crying for God? Alas, that I have not yet realized you is the reason why we should cry. I have not had the anubhuti, I am not with you yet. I am not feeling your presence in my heart all the time. I do not feel that comforting presence, sannidhi of yours. Why do we go to seek the Lord? Because we love that presence. But should we not want that presence? How is our love? Our love is like the people of Ayodhya's love. It is nice, so I like it. But if food is there, then I'll forget it and I'll eat the food. If sleep is there, I'll forget that and go to sleep. But if nothing is, if those things are not there, then, oh Rama. That is not how shallow this love should be. Kunti alone stands up and says, give me pain, give me suffering. If that is the only way, then this stubborn, useless mind of mine will think about you. Bhagavan does not want to give us suffering and sorrow. He doesn't want to. But Kunti is asking, otherwise you will run away from me. I'd rather have you than have joys and comforts in life. If you are not there, so what if every other desire in my life is fulfilled if you are not there? What use is it? That discrimination should be there. Viveka is not there. No problem. The knowledge of Bhagavan's true worth is not there in us. But we realized what He means to us, then naturally we will give up everything for Him. Isn't it? People are willing to give up their families for the sake of somebody that they love. And suppose they want to marry somebody, the family is opposed to them. What do? They give up the family and get married to them. One human, one vyakti, after a few years they will feel sick of them and divorce them and go away. For a temporary individual who is not even worth it, they are willing to throw away everything. People are capable of that sacrifice provided in their hearts they feel the worth. If you cannot do it for God, you have not felt His worth. You have not known what He means to you. If you realize what He is to you, how can you live without Him after that? The fish knows the value of water. And therefore, when it is without water, it suffers until it dies or gets back to water. We are not like that. No problem. We are quite amphibious, I suppose. Not like fish. If I have God, good, I'll enjoy. If I don't have God, so what? I'll carry on. It's okay. We have samatvam of a different sort. Equanimity. Bhagavan says in the Gita, samatvam yoga uchyate. You must have equanimity. Sukha-dukhe, same kritva. Joy and have sorrow, you be the same. Now, Bhagavan or no Bhagavan, I am the same. If I am with you, I'll sort of make do. If I am not with you, I'll make do. I'll carry on with my life. I won't let life stop because you're not there. Don't worry, God. You carry on. We tell Bhagavan, Kunti says, I cannot carry on without you. Others will say, Krishna, you have to go, is it? Yeah, you go. I'll carry on. It's okay. Before you came, how did I manage? I'll manage the same way. Bye-bye. We live our lives. So she prays to Bhagavan, give me sorrow if necessary. Bhagavan only smiles. But she says, Namo akinchana vittaya nirvritta gunavrittaye atmaramaya shantaya kaivalya pataye namaha. Bhagavane, I know what you like. Akinchana vittaya, you like those who do not consider anything as their own. Whom does Bhagavan like? Those who do not consider anything as their own. On the other hand, they think they themselves belong to Bhagavan. I belong to you. Those who are having that feeling, nothing belongs to me. I myself belong to you. Nothing is mine. This world, nothing is mine. My family is not mine. My property is not mine. My possessions are not mine. My identity also is not mine. Having given up everything, if you do not give up your own identity, what is the point? My identity is also not mine. This individuality is also not mine. You gave rise to it. You gave rise to it. It is yours. Handing over everything to Bhagavan Garamadri, Kunti shows us how she lost her identity. Each person chooses their own way. Narada's way was different. Now Kunti's way we are seeing. Kunti says, give sorrow if you will, but only you I want. What does everybody want? We want happiness, we want joy, we want comfort. Kunti, by negating that basic desire, is negating her own identity also. And she says, do as you please, but you should always be there for me. Ata Vishvesha Vishvatman Vishwamurte Sukeshu me Sneha Pashamimam Chindi Dridam Pandushu Vrishnishu Tvayi me Ananya Vishaya Matihi Madhupate Sakrit Ratim Udvahatad Adha Gange Vaugam Udanvati Shri Krishna Krishna Saka Vrishni Rishaba Avanidru Grajanya Vamshadagana Anapavarga Virya Govinda Godvija Surarti Haravatara Yogeshwara Guru Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Kunti surrenders to Bhagavan. She says, remove from me every trace of me and mine. Ata Vishvesha Vishvatman Bhagavane, therefore you remove everything from me, Vishwamurte. Svakeshu me Sneha Pasha. Pandushu Vrishnishu. I have two identities. Krishna, I have two identities. I was born in Vrishni Vamsha, the same Vamsha as you. I was married into the Pandu Kulam. So I have these two identities. Renduthime chindi. Cut it out. I am either known as the princess of the Vrishni Vamsham, or I am known as the queen of the Pandu Kaurava Vamsham. I do not want either of those identities. Sneha Pasham Imam. Sneha Pasham Krishna. It is the rope of affection or attachment that is holding me tied up. Chindi, you destroy it. And then what do you want now? Tvayi me ananya vishayamati. Ananyamana. My mind should not go towards anything else, anybody else. You alone should exist for me. Nothing else, nobody else. Apart from you, nothing should exist for me. Pour me enough. I have done everything. Enough duties are all done. Everything is accomplished. You alone should exist for me. In this way, she is losing her identity. Tvayi me ananya vishayamatihi madhuparte asakrit rathim udvahata dadha gange vaugham vidam udanvati. Just as the great flow of the river of Ganga flows straight to the ocean, like that let the love, the fullness of devotion, let all the love in my heart flow in fullness of devotion towards you, even as the river flows exclusively towards its only destination, the ocean. The Madhuri, let this branching not happen in me. When she asks for ultimate bhakti towards Bhagavan, adanaale eppadi surrender pandranna. Shri Krishna Krishna Saka Vrishni Rishaba Avanidru Grajanya Vamshadagana Anapavarga Virya Godvija Surarti Haravatara Yogeshwara Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. You are my Guru, you are my Lord. I surrender to you. You remove me, remove all of this Maya from me. Now Bhagavan looked at her and gave her a beautiful smile. Mandam Jaha Savaikuntaha Mohayan Iva Mayaya. His smile as bewitching as Maya. Barahana Vakyam. Mohayan Iva Mayaya. Mayaya Iva Mohayan. As Maya is bewitching, so is his smile bewitching. We can be bewitched, not necessarily only by Maya, but also by equally by his smile. Ursutulam vidadu unai kandu adangida un azhai kaattarunachala. Beauty, world is beautiful. World is beautiful. Because the world is beautiful, because the world is enchanting, because the world is pleasing, my mind also seems to wander and waver towards that world. But if your smile, if your beauty, which is even more so bewitching than the world, if you show that, why will my mind wander around? That smile of Bhagavan doesn't come just like that. It has to capture our heart. Abdiye nama manas prisha smitekshanam manasa todanam poi. That smile has to go and touch our heart. When will it touch our heart? When we pray like Kunti, Bhagavan will smile and the smile of Bhagavan will go and touch our heart. Our heart will be captured by him. It cannot go anywhere. Adhanala Bhagavan smiles. And the smile of Bhagavan has caught hold of Kunti. All this time caught in Maya, now caught by Bhagavan's smile. When Kunti prayed, Bhagavan said, all right, I will postpone my journey. I'll stay for some more time. Come in. Bhavan poginrare pohamal katunne kuvan abdinu kuputalu. Krishna come in, again Krishna, bhai Mahayogi abdinu nirtuta. In our tradition, generally when you go somewhere, if somebody calls you, it is considered as apashaguna. You do not go. You come back again. And the Madhya Krishna left. Hadiyala Krishna anu kupta. Krishna ne apni paakone engi poga mudiyadu. And somebody is always calling him. Wherever he goes, somebody is always calling Krishna. Adnalalla. Because Bhagavan had one more job to do, he came back and stayed. What is that job? War was over. Everybody almost passed away. Now one person was still alive, albeit on a bed of arrows. He had fallen on the Kurukshetra battlefield on the 10th day of battle. 8 subsequent days war was waged. He didn't die. After that they all came back. Several anarthams happened, coronations happened, Krishna was ready to leave, he was still alive. Yadana Bhishma. Bhishma Pitamaha is still lying on the bed of arrows. And up until now he did not even send word for anybody up. Lying in bed of arrows, now how would it be? What does a bed of arrow mean? Arrows are not laid flat and made a bed and he's lying down on it. Arrows were all planted on the ground with the arrowheads pointing upwards and he was lying on it. No, other way around. The flexure. Imagine lying on that. It's not easy. Still lying on that. And lying there, what is his only thought? Hey, one thought tha. Mujhe darshan dikha. मुझे दर्शन दिखाओ भगवान हे साईनाथ भगवान मुझे दर्शन दिखाओ भगवान. Give me your darshan. Bhagavan, give me your darshan. Abhinesh. Why? If you want Krishna's darshan so badly, you could have just sent a messenger. Tell Krishna, Bhishma is waiting for his darshan. Channa Portha Krishna would have come with Liana. Our children. Tum janat sab antaryami. What should I tell you? Swami, you know everything even without my telling you. Yeah, you are my antaryami. Tum janat sab अंतर्यामी बीजो मेरे प्रभु अमृतवाणी. You come and speak to me. Give me your nectar-like words. Your nectar-like voice should fill my ears. बीजो मेरे प्रभु अमृतवाणी. You know, Bhishma is not an ordinary person. He's not like ordinary devotees. He's a Yogeshwara. Master of yoga, in that itself, he has realized the indwelling Lord within him. Adhanala, he knows who Krishna is. Tum ho mere Atma Ram Baba. Tum ho mere Atma Ram Baba. And I have one desire left in my heart. पूर्ण करो मेरी मन की कामना. Whatever kamana is there in my mind, whatever desire is there in my mind, Bhagavan fulfill that kamana also. Abdini lying there in the bed of arrows, nothing, is not sending word to anybody. Gende children, mujhe darish dikhao Bhagavan. When Bhishma is lying here thinking and praying to Bhagavan, and the Krishna was sitting in meditation. Yudhishthira comes to see Krishna, Krishna is sitting in meditation. Daruka is sitting outside. Swami is meditating. Please wait. Meditating? Krishna is meditating. Yudhishthira is thinking, who is Krishna meditating upon? We meditate upon Krishna, whole world meditates upon Krishna. Who is Krishna meditating upon? As he is waiting, Krishna opens the door, comes out. When did you come? Leave all that be. I heard you were meditating. Very surprising to me. Who are you meditating upon? Parabrahman Liyani, Paramatma Liyani, Parameshwaran Liyani, Bhagavan Liyani. Who are you meditating upon? Who is Krishna meditating upon? Mujhe darish dikhao Bhagavan. Okay, Krishna is meditating upon that Bhakta who is thinking about him all the time. We think we are meditating upon Bhagavan. You must understand, Bhagavan is meditating about us. When somebody came to see Swami, and they said, Swami, and I was aware, I couldn't stop thinking about you. And Swami said, that is because I was thinking about you. It is because I was thinking. Bhagavan is meditating upon us all the time. Otherwise, how will we continue and carry on in our lives if he is not providing for us in each and every single way? Antaryami Bhagavan. I'm not talking about Bhagavan somewhere else thinking about us. Bhagavan is in our own heart thinking about us. That is why we do not need to think about ourselves. Again and again I am repeating that there is no need for selfishness because Bhagavan is even more concerned about us than we can ever be. Why double the effort? Why waste the effort by doubling up? Let him think. Parasparam Panidome. You scratch my back, I will scratch yours. Bring Ramadariya. I will think about you, you think about me. Why should I think about myself? You also think about me. Then who will think about you? Krishna Bhagavanapati. Parame Brahmani Kopina Chintaha. Nobody is thinking about Bhagavan because everybody is thinking about themselves. Bhagavan is also thinking about us only. Therefore, Bhagavan is thinking about Bhishma. Bhagavan says, Yudhishthira, come with me. Taking Yudhishthira, taking all the Pandavas, Bhagavan got into the chariot, went straight to the battlefield where Bhishma is lying. Here the Bhagavan went to the Pathurane, I called out to you and you came. Bhishma's heart is filled, his eyes are filled up with tears. He is hardly able to speak. The Pandavas have come and fallen at his feet, he speaks to them. Children, he speaks to them. And what does he speak to them also? When Bhagavan is standing in front, what else can you speak about? Yam manyase matuleyam priyam mitram suhritamam akaro sachivam dutam sauhridadata sarathim. He whom you have been thinking about as your maternal cousin, as your beloved, as your friend, as your well-wisher, as your minister, as your messenger, Sauhridadata Sarathim. Out of the love and affection that he has for you, he even became a mere charioteer, a driver. Do you know who he is? Yeshavai Bhagavan Sakshat Adyo Narayana Kuman Mohayan Mayaya Lokam Guda Charati Vrishnu. He is a Bhagavan, Sakshat Bhagavan, Adya Narayana, the eternal Adi Narayana Purushan is this person who has become Krishna and is moving in your midst as though he is just an ordinary human being. Mohayan Mayaya, bewildering the entire world like a common human being he is in your midst. But don't take him to be a mere human being. Where but a Bhagavan Nayar. In the last lime, what does Bhishma want to do? He wants to teach them. These fellows have been living with Krishna, moving with Krishna for so long. At least let them realize who this Krishna is. Like a guru, he is teaching that. Yudhishthira ka apukuda the dharma buddhi bola. He asks all sort of questions to Bhishma. Bhishma is lying on a bed of ICU. As though it was like an ICU, he is lying down there. Yudhishthira is going and asking, tell me about Brahmana Dharma, Kshatriya Dharma, Vaishya Dharma, Shudra Dharma, Brahmacharya Dharma, Grihastha Dharma, Vanaprastha Dharma, Sannyasa Dharma. Tell me about Sri Dharma, Raja Dharma, Ura Dharma. Tell me about this. In that Almira, those share-related documents are there. You make sure. In this thing, that particular thing is maturing. The possible mature soon. And you make sure you go to the bank and get that sorted out. If this particular thing is still left undone, registration has to be done properly. You do all of that. Till the dying breath, they will only think about property. House, property, family, they don't. And the Mother Bhishma lying down there giving all kinds of dharmic upadesha, dharmopadesham, Kadashila, Yudhishthira ki thorni, Della Kadakato, what is the highest dharma? Paramo dharma, which is the highest dharma? The Shulungo, Ungal understanding the Parama dharma in the Modali Kat Torture Kabati. Why could you not have asked the highest dharma right at the beginning? Right at the end, you are asking me, I would have been spared the pain of talking to you for so long about all this useless dharma. There is only one dharma. Only one dharma is the highest dharma. It is the Pavitranam Pavitram Mangalanam Shamangalam. It is the most auspicious of all auspiciousness, the most pure of all pure things. What is it now? The Nikardeva Purushan, even Dharma. This one who is standing here, this Krishna who is standing here, to fall at his feet, to love him, to chant his name, to remember him, to live your life entirely for him, alone is the highest dharma. Everything else, baki sab bakwas. Everything else is useless. Waste. Sharira dharma. Now today you are born as a Brahmana. In this Janma, this Brahmana dharma is applicable to you. Next Janma, if you are born as a Shudra, what dharma is applicable to you? What dharma is applicable to you? No dharma is there for you. How can this alone become dharma? What is the dharma that is eternally applicable for everybody? Universally applicable for everybody, no matter who you are, where you are, which country you belong to. The only dharma that is equal for everybody is love for him. Love God. Not just love God. Live for God. Love God and live for God. Do not live for yourself. Birds together you have lived for yourself. Look at the sorry state in which you are. Enough. Live for God. Emancipate yourself. Elevate yourself. Rise up. Awake. Arise. Don't keep all the time floundering in the slush, this dirt of worldly, voracious existence. Adina Bhishma gives the Vishnu Sahasranama to Yudhishthira and tells him, Bhagavan is the highest. Don't ask me any more questions. Keep quiet. He looks at Bhagavan, turns his entire attention to Bhagavan. Iti matirupakalpita vitrishna bhagavati satvata pungave vibhumni swasukam upagate kvachid vighartum prakritim upeyushi yad bhava pravaha tribhuvana kamanam tamala varnam Tribhuvana kamanam tamala varnam ravikara gauravarambaram dadane Vapur alaka kulavritananabjam Vijaya sakhe radirastu me namadya. Bhagavan Krishna, let my mind entirely dwell upon you. Freed from all desires, all duties, all obligations. O Bhagavan, self-effulgent Lord, let my mind entirely dwell only upon you. Manifesting yourself in today in front of me as the friend of Arjuna. Eppadi irukkenna? Tribhuvana kamanam, charming the entire world, all the three worlds. Tamala varnam, of this dark hue, clad in Ravikara Gauravarambaram, clad in this beautiful radiant yellow silks, prepared by the Supreme Brahmane, Bhagavane. Let all my affection go only towards you. Enough. Let me love only you. Yudhi Turaga Rajo Vidumbra Vishwa Kacha Lulita Sramavari Alankritasye Mama Nishita Sharaihi Vibidhyamana Tvachi Vilashat Kavache Astu Krishna Atma. Who is this Krishna? My Atma, Atma Sarupana Krishna. Your entire body, I can remember you in the battlefield, your entire body was covered and coated with the dust that came from the hooves of all the horses. As you were charioteering the horse expertly, drops of sweat appeared upon your forehead. And even those drops of perspiration were like beautiful ornaments upon your body, adding glory to you. And as he was firing arrow after arrow after arrow upon you, you bore all of that upon your own chest as though I'm offering flowers to you. Appearpata Bhagavane Krishna, my Atma, I surrender to you. I salute you. Sapadi Sakivacho Nishamya Madhye Nija Parayo Balayo Ratam Niveshya Stitavati Parasainika Yurakshna Hridavati Partha Sake Ratirastu Ratirmamastu. In order to remove the Ajnana from Arjuna's mind, you placed the chariot in between the two armies and taught him the highest Kumati Maharad Atma Vidyaya. You gave him Atma Vidya to your lotus feet, I surrender. More than that, Swanigamam Apahaya Mat Pratignya Mritamadikartu Avupluto Ratastaha Dhritarata Charano Abhyayat Chaladu Haririva Halto Ibam Gatottariya. I made a pledge that tomorrow in the battle either I will stand or Arjuna, one of the other will fall. This was my promise. I said I will make Krishna lift up a weapon. I made such a pledge, tomorrow I will wage such a battle that Krishna, who had said I will not lift up a weapon, I will force him to lift up a weapon. If you wanted, you could have falsified my words and kept your words true. On the other hand, you made your words false and came and kept my words true. You jumped down, picked up the broken wheel of a chariot like a weapon in your hand and you came rushing towards me. If this Arjuna had not stopped you, then and there I would have merged into you, O Lord. You valued the words of your devotee more than your own words. Yenna, Bhagavanoda nature enna appadina. When he comes into the weakness of Bhagavan chalala, God's only weakness. What is God's only weakness? The love, the pure love we have for him is his weakness. For that he is willing to do anything. Yeah? प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पढ़कर प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा. They sing that we have seen the Lord change the very rules of creation when he falls into the force of pure love. When he encounters this pure love of the devotees, Bhagavan changes the rules. Prabhu ko niyam badalte dekha. Munigana nripavarya sankule anta sadasi yudhishthira rajasuya yesham arghanam upabeda ikshaniyo mama drishigo charayesha aviratma. Krishna, I remember the day when you were standing there in the Rajasuya Yajnam. Muni, Gana, Nripavarya Sankhule. You were surrounded by all the rishis, all the kings, and on top of all of them you were there. And the first respect was given to you. The greatest puja was offered to you. Angavriya Parabrahma Swarupana Niniya Prabhu. Aha, I can never forget that sight. But there is one thing I have never seen. All this I have seen. You in the battlefield I have seen. You in Rajasuya Yajna I have seen. There is one sight of you which I have never seen. Lalita Gati Vilasa. Lalita Gati Vilasa Valguhasa Pranaya Nirikshana Kalpito Rumana Kritamanukritya vatya unmadandaha Kritamanukritya unmadandaha Prakritim agal kilayasya gopavadvaha Lalita gati vilasa valguhasa pranaya nirikshana kalpito urumana. Bhishma, hardened battle warrior, Naishtika brahmachari. In the end, who is he thinking about now? Gopavadvaha. Those damsels of Vrindavan, those gopis of Vrindavan. How did those gopis of Vrindavan be? What did they know? Krishna, what did those gopis know? Lalita Gati. You will walk with a beautiful grace. When Krishna walked, grace, Lalita Lavanyam thought when you walk. They kept on looking at it, and when they walked unconsciously, they also walked like you. Lalita Gati Vilasa Valguhasa. When you would smile, the corners will slowly turn up, slowly, slightly from there, the whole face, and then the whole face will blossom up like a big lotus. When you would smile, looking at you, they also learn to smile like that. Pranaya nirikshana. When you cross the corner glances of your eye filled with prema at them, they will also bashfully glance back at you. Kalpito rumanaha. Those gopis simply imitated you. Kritamanukritya unmadandaha. Achana. Those gopikas lost their identity in simply becoming mad in love with you. Unmada andaha. They became blinded and maddened and intoxicated in love for you. Bhishma says, oh, I wish that bhava comes to me too. That I also can lose this identity. I also can become maddened in love with you. I also can forget the identity that I am this Bhishma, this Pitamaha, this great grandsire of the Kuru clan, this man. Gender non-binary da nammudaiya bhakti siddhantamum kuda. He, Sheila, he alone is he. Let me also become like those gopika. The prakriti na prakriti magan kilayasya gopavadvaha. When he attained Gopika Bhavam, what happened next? Immediately, what happened next? When he attained that kind of devotion that they had, what is the devotion that Gopikas have? Until the end, Swami would always say, Radha Bhakti, Radha Bhakti, Radha Bhakti, Radha Bhakti. Bhakti na Radha Radha Shankar. Prema na Radha ki prema kade. Radha ki equal prema kade. Nobody had love like Radha and Shankar. That was the love of the Gopikas. What was the secret of the love of the Gopikas? Here he says, they had no identity of their own. Krishna, how did they have an identity of their own? They walked like you, they spoke like you, they looked like you, they laughed like you. Everything was simply a carbon copy imitation of you, in the imitation of Krishna. There's a book called The Imitation of Christ by Thomas Kemp. And the Madhuri, in the imitation of Krishna, yaar Gopikas. Gopikas Makramalla. Uddhava was also like that. Ella forgetting their identity. Naan kartha poiduthe. That I, this person, me is gone for them. Instead, what alone remains? Krishna, 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 Krishna alone remains. Adinala Lalita Gati Vilasa Valguhasa Pranaya Nirikshana Kalpito Rumanaha Kritamanu Kritavatya Unmadandaha Prakriti Magal Kilayasya Gopavadvaha. And when that prema came into him, Tamimam Aham Ajam Sharira Bhajam Hridi Dishtitam Atma Kalpitanam Pratidirsham Iva Naikadarkamekam Samadhigatosmi Viduta Bhedamoha. Ultimately, he finds the experience within himself. Bhishma says, tam imam aham ajam sharira bhajam hridi dishtitam atmakalpitanam. Him, that supreme, that indweller in every heart, he alone who exists as everything. Pratidrisham iva naikada arkham. There is one sun, but everything else is the reflection of that sun. So many pots of water, so many different suns appear in that. Is there so many suns, or is there only one sun now? And the one sun appears as a reflection in so many. All of us are like those pots of water. There is only one sun, there is only one Parabrahman, there is only one Paramatma. That alone is appearing as all these Atmas. Ekatma Sarvabhutantaratma. One Atma that is existing as all. Father alone exists. Nothing else. Nobody else. God alone is. And the realization comes when Gopika Bhakti comes to us. And the Bhishma proves. Bhishma loses that identity in the end. Until then he was giving Dharma Upadesha to Yudhishthira when he came. And on the final moment, children, Gopika Prakriti vanduttume. Let me become Gopika. Yeah, what is this Gopika business now? Who is a Gopika now? One who has lost their own identity is a Gopika. Whoever they may be. Man, woman does not matter. Animal, human also does not matter. He or she who has lost that identity, that stupid, useless individuality to which they are clinging on to so desperately. Me. Now, what is this me? He is so much more than me. Why bother with this me when he is there? Raharki and the he. And the he path Lalita Gati and the Valguhasam and the Pranyanirikshanam his walk, his talk, his laugh, his smile, his look, unconsciously imitating that. Imitation he moved his hand, I also move his hand. No other thought existed. He alone existed. They could not see anything else move but him. When they moved their own hands, it was not their hands that were moving, it was his hand that was moving. Ayam hi hasto Bhagavan. The Kayum Bhagavan odadane, Bhagavan oda kayache. This body itself is Bhagavan's body. This entire being is Bhagavan. It is he who is enjoying from this body also. If you take something and put it into your mouth and enjoy that sweetness of it, who is enjoying that sweetness? He has taken this form to enjoy that sweetness. Everything is him. Apart from him, nothing exists. To live in this realization, to depart in this realization, this is what we are seeking for, hoping for, looking for. Gopikas attained it like this. They did not read any Shastras, they did not know any Jnana. Prema, Pichi Prema, Swami used to call it Pichi Prema, mad love. Love in such a... Have you seen mad people? In India you can see mad people, insane people. In the roads you will find them. They don't even have any thought of sense of self. Sometimes they will lie there without even clothes on their body. They will not know. No sense of individuality will be there. Unmadanda. Unmattamaitana Abhiya Gopikas reach that state. Maddened in love. What a madness this is. What an intoxication this is. What a God-intoxicated life that would be. This was the life that the Gopikas lived in. This was the life that Bhishma craved, attained, and in the end he says, Yekam, one alone exists. Samadhi gatosmi, I transcend all of these dualities. Gatosmi viduta beda moha. In the beda moha marke, in this moha of duality, this illusion, this delusion of duality, I crossed over by simply loving you, Krishna. That is why this verse comes and then this verse is followed up with it. Abdiye challa. Krishna was standing in front of him. With Bhagavan standing in front of him, he prays to Krishna and he says, Bhagavan, stand there, dhyanapato chaturbhujaha. And when dhyana margathala nilpa Krishna, as I am meditating upon you, stay. Abdiye challa. Slowly Bhishma, the life of this great sage Bhishma comes to an end. எப்படி வருது அப்படின்னா antashvasam uparamatuன்னு சொல்றது. Bhagavatam says, how did Bhishma breathe his last அப்படின்னா Krishna evam bhagavati manovag drishti vrittibhihi Atmanyatmana veshya so antashvasa uparamat. He withdrew manas, vak, drishti. The mind, speech, the vision, all of them were withdrawn into Bhishma. Withdrew everything into himself. Atmani atmana aveshya. He placed his entire attention on the self, on the Atma. Who's this Atma? Already he has seen that Atma to be Krishna. Channa, in each heart, it is you that is shining as the Atma. Esha Avir Atma. And the Atma Sarupana Krishna, he is doing a meditation upon Krishna in his heart as the Atma, as him, as his own very self. When he goes in, the mind simply is sucked into the heart. The mind with all its proclivities, all its wanderings is drawn into the heart. Atman Atmana Veshya So Antashvasa Uparamat. He inhaled and became silent. Inhaled and became silent. There was no exhalation after that. He was not going to go to another birth. Ange finished an artham. And when that happened, Sampadhyamanam Ajnaya Bhishmam Brahmani Nishkale Sarve Babhuvuste Tushni Vayamsi Vadinathyaye. Just as birds all settle down and become quiet at night time, when the day ends and the birds become quiet, the chirpings all settle down like that. All the people who had gathered there, assembled there, who had gathered there, who had assembled there, and all the rishis had come there. Knowing that Krishna was coming to meet Bhishma, an extraordinary meeting, Krishna has met Bhishma many times before, and the final meeting. Here is a meeting where Krishna is ushering him. Krishna is standing there bearing witness to Bhishma's moksha. Bhishma is placing his entire attention on Krishna and merging into Krishna. What a sight in Radhanala. All the rishis had come. Name the rishi was there. All the rishis had assembled there. They were standing there waiting, watching for this extraordinary sight to happen. And as that was happening, as that merger happened, all of them became absolutely quiet, entered into a state of shanti. This was a Mahasamadhi of a great Jnani. How was the scene, how was the situation? No crying and carrying on, no lamenting, no wailing, no peace. Peace was all that was reigning there. Narada, Parvata, Dhaumya, Vyasa, Bharadvaja, Brihadashva, Vasishta, Asita, Devala, Atri, Kaushika, Parashurama, all these people were there. All of them just became quiet. Watching Bhishma. They are all already Brahmanishtas. They are all already attained the Brahman. But as they see Bhishma attaining this Brahman with Krishna in front, the Maru said Kadikima, Paramatma standing there, this so-called Jivatma finally understanding that it was never Jivatma, but always one with the Paramatma. That moment is happening, Videha Mukti, they all sat and watched it. Ibriya, Bhishma Moksha, Bhishma Mukti happened. Finally, Krishna was ready to go. At the Kulla, the little child that Krishna protected was born. Parikshit was born. As soon as the child was born, it looked at everybody, it seems, with an intent, inquiring gaze. Whenever anybody came to see the Bhagavata, looking at everybody, who is this person? Not this person. Who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? It has seen a person. When it was in the womb, it saw somebody. It was trying to see who that person is. As he was seeing everybody's face, finally, Bhagavan came there. When Krishna entered, the eyes widened, all the tears stopped, a big smile blossomed upon its face. This is the one who protected me. Garbha Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Born with the divine blessings of the Lord. And then the moment he saw the Lord, he identified the Lord. He is that Lord. Yeshavai Bhagavan. And then they gave him the name Parikshit. He was doing a pariksha, an examination of everybody. Therefore, they gave him the name Parikshit. Bhagavan retired to Dwarka. Years sped by very quickly. And Bhagavan decided that it was time for him to finish Krishnavataram. and become Bhagavatam instead. Krishnavataram never finishes. Krishnavataram eternally continuing as Bhagavatam. Yeah. So Bhagavan merged into Bhagavatam. How to merge into Bhagavatam? Now, drama enact. A small drama has to be enacted for that. Another Bhagavan enacted a drama. Bhagavan Arjuna was with Bhagavan at that time. Bhagavan told Arjuna, you take all these women and children and take them to Hastinapura. Dwaraka itself is going to go underwater. I am leaving for my another abode in the Bhagavatam abode. Another Krishnavataram, what they say is when Krishnavataram finished, nobody knew what happened to Krishna. Nobody could find out what happened. One moment he was there, next moment he was not there. He entered into Shukha. He entered into Shukha and came out in the form of Bhagavata. Nikame, Pratyaksha, Krishna eva hi. Śrīmad Bhāgavata Shastra, Pratyaksha Krishna eva hi. Bhagavatam is Krishna only. Krishna became Bhagavata. Krishnavataram finished. Again, the Arjuna came back. And as he was coming back, some common bandits and dacoits came and attacked him. He did not even have the strength to defeat them. He lost everything and he came running back to Hastinapura, dejected, totally lost. Again, Vanchitoham Maharaja, Harina Bandhurupina. He came, fell at Yudhishthira's feet and said, Krishna cheated us. Krishna cheated all of us. He's gone. The news, everybody heard the news. Then and there, Kunti gave up her life. She said, Krishna's, what happened to Krishna? Krishna Vaidam, Krishna is gone. Krishna can never go. Nonsense. Shut up. Krishna can never go. But where Krishna is, I am there also in Shanna. Abdiye then and there, think Krishna and Shanna, she left the body. Apur Bhakti Kunti. Then identity has gone. Identity has become one with Krishna. Krishna, body is existing only for the sake of Krishna. Krishna what is the use of this body? Then and there she dropped the body. Pandavas also set forth towards the north. One by one they also dropped off. They crowned Parikshit as the king and they were went away. Parikshit was a young boy, became the king. Small child bound. But he was ably assisted by a lot of other people. So with all their help, he ruled very wisely. From childhood, all those ministers and advisors around kept on drilling into him the stories of the Pandavas, the glory. Your grandfathers were like this, Yudhishthira was like this, Arjuna was like this. Again and again that was imprinted into his head. I also should be like that. And the feeling was there, and a very strong feeling, I should be like my grandparents, like my grandfathers. That was his identity. He was branded to that identity, total branding upon him. And he equally attracted to Krishna. Why not? Who will not be attracted to Krishna first? Secondly, he had Krishna darshan before anybody else could see anybody else. Every child is born, sees the mother first, or sometimes the nurse first. Midwife Who was assisting the child will see even before the child was born, Krishna was the one who gave darshan to this child. Who will get such an opportunity? So his love for Krishna was but a given. It was natural for him to have so much love for Krishna. And therefore, as he became the king and he was ruling wisely, everywhere, every place was only Krishna, 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 Krishna. Other than Krishna, nothing else was there. Krishna stores, Krishna supermarket, Krishna bakery, Krishna laundromat, Krishna internet cafe. Ella Krishna. Krishna restaurant. New Krishna restaurant, old Krishna restaurant, Dwarka Krishna restaurant. Ella Krishna. I'm going to Krishna restaurant. Which Krishna restaurant? Every restaurant in Hastinapura was Krishna restaurant. Then I found new Krishna restaurant. Shamala Krishna restaurant, Kamala Krishna restaurant. Shamalas, Kamalas. And art and architecture was all Krishna oriented. Hastinapura, under Parikshit's rule, art and architecture was all Krishna oriented. Any sculpture has to be Krishna sculpture, something associated with Krishna. Otherwise, Parikshit will not give importance to it. The king was the one who patronized the arts in those days. Music, all about Krishna songs only. Drama, play, Krishna plays only. Painting, Krishna painting only. Yalla Krishna, Mayam Jagata. As he was leading his life in this manner, one day, Parikshit happened to go about making sure that everything was all right in his kingdom, and he saw a very curious sight. There was a cow and a bull. Bullama cow, as they say in Fiji. In Fiji, the Fijian word, the native Fijian word for cattle is Bullama cow. That is the actual word. Bullama cow. So there, as Parikshit was going there, he saw a Bullama cow there. The cow was standing there and crying. The bull had only one leg. The bull, which is supposed to have 4 legs, had only one leg. It was a uniped, not a quadruped. And there was a man who was dressed like a king who was beating up this bull and trying to cut that one leg also of the bull. And the bull was leaning against the cow for support. Cow was crying. Bull was trying to console the cow. Cow was saying, alas, our position has become like this. There is nobody to look after us. Bull said, what to do? It is all our own karma. We have to put up with it. And the bull is telling the cow. So Parikshit watches this, witnesses this extraordinary sight of the one-legged bull consoling the crying cow while being beaten up by this person. Again he said, hey, who are you? How dare you beat this poor creature? Stop immediately. So that fellow got frightened, he stopped. Then Parikshit addressed the bull, who are you? Why? He as a king, he can't jump into conclusions. Therefore, he has to make sure that he has heard all the case properly and made a judgment. Who knows what this bull did to this man? Maybe the man is justified in beating up the bull. Yeah? So let us find out. Surely he came there and asked, okay, what is going on? And the bull said, can't blame anybody. Times are like this. We have to suffer, so we are suffering. We can't blame that person also. He is doing his duty. When these very mysterious words were uttered by the bull, Parikshit looked at the bull and said, you cannot be a normal bull. Dharmosi Vrisharupatrik. You are dharma taking the form of a bull. And the reason why you have only one leg, I can surmise, is because dharma stands on 4 legs. Dharma stands on 4 legs. Tapasya, Shaucham, abhinala legs irukallaya. Dharma stands upon 4 legs. In Krita Yugam, Dharma stands upon all 4 legs. In Treta Yuga, it is called Treta because Dharma stands on 3 legs. Then it is called Dvapara Yuga, Dvana 2 because Dharma stands on 2 legs only. Ultimately comes Kali Yuga. In Kali, the Dharma is supported by only 1 leg. Enna leg abdina, and 1 leg is Satyam. Truth is the only leg upon which it is trying to stand. All the others are gone. Tapasya, Pedithu, Saucham, Pedithu, Daya, Pedithu. Tapasya, Shaucham, Daya, Satyam, the 4 legs of Dharma are there. Tapasya, austerity, discipline. Shaucham, cleanliness, purity, inner and outer purity. Daya, compassion. Satya, truth. These are the 4 legs for Dharma. Dharma has been symbolized here into a bull. Like a bull supports and does everything like that, Dharma is supporting everything, and Dharma is supported by 4 legs. One is called truth, one is called purity, one is austerity or discipline, and the other is compassion. And each of the yugas, one leg is cut off. Now here in Kali Yuga, only 1 leg is left, Satya, truth, and even that was being hurt by this man. Apo he also, from that, he made an extrapolation. If you are Dharma in the form of a bull, then she is Mother Earth in the form of a cow. And she is crying because of Adharma. Dharma is suffering, therefore Earth is crying. Apo if you are Dharma and you are Prithvi, the Earth, who is this man? It is Kali Purusha, the embodiment of Kali. Kali Yuga had been personified into that man who was trying to destroy Dharma and bring suffering to the Earth. In the symbolism of Parikshit mercy. So Parikshit immediately says, I will kill you now itself, put an end to Kali Yuga. I will put an end to Kali. Parikshit said. Kali Purusha said to him, you are capable of doing that. I don't deny it. You have the strength to kill me also. However, it is not Dharma. If you would do so, it will be adharmic because I am also doing my Dharma. Each of these yugas has been given a particular way in which they will be going on. Satya Yuga, Krita Yugam, Treta Yugam should be like this, Dwapara Yugam should be like this. Bhagavan has made all these arrangements. Kali Yuga, I should be given my freedom to do whatever I want to do. You cannot come and stand in my way, even if you are capable of it, you are going against Dharma. Apo Parikshit had a bit of a pause. Alright, I understand, but at the same time, how can I let you go free? You are a useless Yuga. Don't call me useless Yuga. I am also part of divine ordinance. I am the most useful Yuga. I am the easiest Yuga. Because it is easy to attain the Lord in Kali Yuga. Nama Sankirtanam. In Kali Yuga, Nama Sankirtanam is enough to attain the Lord. You don't have to work too hard to attain Him, love Him, call out His name, remember Him, it is enough, you will attain the Lord. Tapasalla vanna vanda. We don't have to do great tapasya. Priya shaucham acharamalla vanda. Satyam vanam. You have to be truthful and we have to chant His name. This much is enough. We will attain the Lord. In Kali Yuga, it has become very, very simple, very easy for anybody and everybody to attain God. Why? Because there are no obstacles are there. Obstructions are there. It is not easy to call out His name. If it were so easy, all of you would have attained Liya. All of you should have already attained. It were easy. Easy because Ayye Atisulabham. Oh, very easy to call out His name. But how should you call out His name? If you call out in such a way, Adhik Buddhi Varaname, Adhik Chitta Shuddhi should be there. Mind is distracted by so many attractions outside. Then how will that purity, that one-pointedness, that Prema Bhava arise? So, it is a Yuga with challenges. And because there are challenges, it has also been made easy. So, it's a combination of the two. Therefore, you have to let me be, Nishanna. Okay, fine. Since you have convinced me, alright, I will not do anything to you. However, you still cannot roam freely. I will give you 5 places. You cannot budge from those 5 places. Kali's sphere of influence should be restricted to only these 4 places. He only gave 4. Dyutam panam striyasuna yatra adharmas chaturvidaha. He only gave 4 places first. Enna kuduthan appadina dyutam, deceit, gambling, deceit is one of the places of Kali. Panam, drinking, is another place of Kali. Striyaha, unwarranted lust is another place for Kali. Suna, violence, killing creatures, that is another place for Kali. These are the 4 places where Kali will flourish. Apart from this, you cannot flourish anywhere. He gave an order. Apo, Kali said to give me 1 more place. 4 is not enough. 1 more you have to give me. 1 more, one more, Parikshit thought, you're so greedy. I gave you 4. I wanted to kill you. I originally wanted to do away with you. Because you entreated me, I gave you 4 places. Now you want a 5th place. You're so greedy. In that case, greed is your 5th place. If anybody is greedy, then that is your 5th place. There you should receive. Apo, these 5 places, Amuni Panchasthanani, and the places were given to Kali. Kali went away. Then and there, Kali also decided to catch Parikshit in his trap. One day Parikshit happened to receive a lot of entreaties from the people in the nearby villages. They all came and said, wild animals have grown a lot in the forest. They are coming and encroaching upon us. We don't have any safety. Please hunt the numbers down. Culling should happen. In those days, kings used to go hunting. They used to go hunting for animals in the forest. The hunting was not for sport. It was also for protecting the villages nearby. If these wild animals keep growing, then they will encroach upon human territory. Who will protect them? But the king Parikshit went hunting. Already he had said Sunan or Edatla killing of animals in Aliyah. Now he himself had to do it. But Kali had caught on of that. He went hunting. When he went hunting, he became separated from his retinue, lost his way in the forest, became hungry, became tired, became thirsty, became hangry. New word which is coined now but should have been coined long time ago, because Parikshit was the embodiment of hangriness. As he was hungry and thirsty, looking around here and there, he entered into an ashrama. Shamika or Rishi, the Rishi was in the ashrama doing meditation. Shamika Rishi was doing meditation, he was sitting there lost in samadhi. This hangry king entered there and called out loudly, is there anybody here to give me a drink of water and a bite to eat? No response. Went in, looked around, there was nobody in the ashrama except this one person sitting and meditating. He looked at this person and said, what meditation is this? How can you meditate when I'm yelling so loudly? The king, I have come here. I have come as the king, as the representative of dharma, the representative of the protection that is offered to all of you. I have come here. The least you can do is offer some hospitality to me. Even that much you cannot do. He became very angry. He said, this cannot be real meditation. Poly meditation, fake meditation. I have also meditated. But every least sound wakes me up. How can so much sound make you still sit there? We all know how to meditate. When we sit down to meditate, the moment we close our eyes, ears open up. Ears seem to be, sort of secondary. The moment eyes close up, ears become very active. Whatever noise, least sound anywhere, ting, 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 phone. Somebody is talking somewhere in call nanna kekku. Pakkath room la pesuradalla namakku appada extra sensory powers will come to us the moment we start meditation. Ellarum they will attain these powers after long meditation. But for us appadina the moment we close our eyes we can hear what is happening even in the neighbor's house. Tapashya. What kind of meditation is this? He looked around, he saw a dead snake lying there. He said, you are like a dead snake. Sitting here in meditation, pretending to be meditating, you are like a dead snake. And so he lifted up the dead snake and put it around the sage's neck like a garland. I'll honor you with the snake. But he left that place and went away. Kali. Hunger and anger got together. Hanger, Kali. This news was found out by the son of the sage. Shamika had a small boy, a 7-8-year-old boy now. Shringi. This fellow was playing with all his friends in the river. He had come to the river near the ashram and he was playing with all his friends when the news came to him that his father had been insulted by somebody and a snake was cast around the snake. When he came running there, he saw his father sitting in meditation with a dead snake around his neck. He became very angry. How dare somebody behave in this manner with my father? Immediately walk Vajram, he issued a verbal thunderbolt, as it were. What was it? He said, he gave a curse. He said, whoever has done this, I don't know who has done it, but whomsoever has done this, 7th day from today, he shall die by the bite of the serpent Takshaka. He shall die of the bite of the serpent Takshaka. Chadano chalo Takshaka. Yen Takshaka epo register mana lokam kimu register mantam. Takshaka was registered in the database. If you have any jobs, give me. Shringi, of all the snakes, there are several snakes. Karkotakan or snake, Anantan or snake, Takshakan or snake. These are all named snakes. Legendary named snakes in Shambhu. Ordinary snakes are dime a dozen. Nobody knows their names. Even their mothers don't know their names. They lay the eggs and go away somewhere. There is nobody to name them. But in our Puranas, we have certain snakes that are named. Takshaka was one of very poisonous fellows. One bite and there is no rescue. Not many people had any remedies for his bites. He was a snake. So Shringi picked that particular snake and he said, Takshaka shall bite you 7 days from now and you will die for your crime. King went back, Parikshit went back. He did not know about all these curses. He went back and started to feel great regret and guilt within himself. Alas, I behaved in such a terrible manner. Why did I do this? He started to cry. In the meantime, Shamika Rishi came out from his tapasya, saw this boy and learnt everything that had happened in his yoga drishti, found out that it was King Parikshit who had been cursed. He looked at the son and he said, on the one hand, I should be very happy that you have acquired so much tapashakti at such a young age. But actually I am sad that so much shakti has come to you at such an immature age because you do not know how to use it. You've cursed the king. Who are you to curse the king? If the king is gone, who will protect this place? Will you be able to protect the kingdom? He made one mistake. He has done millions of good. He made one mistake. Cannot all the good that he has done so far offset this one simple mistake he has done? And what mistake did he do? He put a snake around the neck. Why did he do it? He was hungry and angry. He was justified. I was neglectful of my duties as a host when a guest came upon my door. None of you were also there. Really, it is our mistake. We should have honored him. We did not do it. And for what he has done, if I go and have a dip in the river, the pollution of this dead snake upon me will be washed away. I'll be pure again. I'll be back to normal again. But can you take back your curse? I can regain my old position by taking a simple dip in the river. Can you take back your curse and let Parikshit go away? Simply you cannot, because such a big curse. He has to die in 7 days. Your words can never be falsified now. Death has come to him. Therefore, the least we can do is at least let the king know of his impending death. Go send a message to him and tell him in 7 days from today he is going to die. Parikshit has come back to his palace after he has had a bath, he's eaten, he's drunk his water, he's rested. Now, regret comes to him. I was the representative of the Pandavas. I was the descendant of Yudhishthira. I was supposed to upkeep dharma. What a wonderful way in which I have kept up dharma. Krishna, Bhagavan himself came to protect me. I should have died in the womb. I should not have been protected by Krishna. Alas, for what purpose was I protected? Is it to insult the Brahmana sage in the way I have done? I should have worshipped the sage. Instead, I have insulted him. For this, why am I still alive? Why did Krishna save me? What is the point of my life? What dishonor I have brought to my entire clan? As he is crying, the news comes to him. In 7 days, you are going to die now. Parikshit was actually happy. He was relieved. Good. I do not deserve to sit on this throne one moment longer. For what I have done, I should get out of it. Aham was still there, loudly in him. Identity. Identity that throughout this Saptaham we are going to talk about. Me. Who am I? Good identity. Not bad identity. Good identity. I am a son of Abhimanyu, grandson of Arjuna. What a warrior he was. What a clan I have been born in. What a lineage I come from. What a Samskriti culture I have. I have to live up to this. That selfishness of the I brought great sorrow to him because he was in great regret and guilt for what he had committed against the sage. Now that the punishment has been granted to him, the I is satisfied here. It's still I only, but the I is satisfied. Aha, I deserve this punishment. I deserve this punishment. Abdina, I is still operating. We let it operate for a while more. By evening, it will go away. And we will come back again in the evening at 5:30 for the next session. Gopika Jivana Smaranam.